our guest speaker for tonight. She has been a wonderful, wonderful mentor to our teens almost since the inception of the program. When I first met her, I think it was through TTMB, and I just was very impressed with how passionate she was about financial literacy and financial freedom, specifically within the African American community. Her name is Ms. Manyell Akinfe, and she is the Vice President of Optimum Capital Management. She began her career in financial services while in search of a way to pay off her student loans and achieve home ownership. Eventually, she was approached by a financial services representative. After meeting with this representative, she realized how little she knew about personal finance. She was determined to improve her financial IQ and so convicted to empower others to do the same, she left her 10-year career in luxury merchandising to join the company's crusade of helping families become debt-free and financially independent. Staying true to her belief that people have a responsibility to uplift themselves, their family, and their community, she has been a financial presenter for the Women in Entertainment Empowerment Network, Guy Nyame Empowerment Project, for Real Women International, the WBLS Circle of Sisters, and she has facilitated a host of seminars for churches, community centers, and nonprofits, as well as several blog talk shows. She is a Reuters and the Black Enterprise Business Report contributor, a regular volunteer for the Manyell Economic Community Development Corporation, and serves as a volunteer coordinator for the worldofmoney.org. In addition to her public service, she has helped several clients reach their goals by providing sound investment advice, sharing creative budgeting strategies, and offering realistic solutions to debt eliminations. Despite her untraditional upbringings, Manyell is a true financial literacy advocate. Without further ado, please welcome Ms. Manyell Akinfe.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Before I start, I would like to thank all the parents for allowing me to influence your children. Please give yourselves a round. Also, I have to say big up to y'all, big up to the teens for completing the program. Sunday and the CEDC and the staff for having a platform for children to learn. This is amazing. I am so honored to be here with you tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to talk to you this evening about lessons from our blessings. Lessons from our blessings. When I was in middle school in Northern Virginia, I had the opportunity to participate in a program called Granville Academy. Being the overly arrogant teen that I was, I thought, this is just going to be like any other program I've been asked to participate in, but it wasn't. They didn't teach me the run-of-the-mill curriculums. Their goal was to prepare me for capitalism, and that they did. I was taught business etiquette. I was taught how to confidently prepare a handshake and do a handshake. It was amazing. They taught me all of these things that I had not been exposed to at home. So Granville was my first experience to basic financial principles. Budgeting, credit, stocks, bonds, all of that sounded foreign to me. I didn't talk about any of that at home. It was all new to me, and Granville exposed me to that. I was very excited and came home sharing everything I had learned. My mom tells me I was most excited about the stocks. She said I went on and on and on about stocks and bonds and business ownership. Thinking back, I remembered, she knows all of this. She's just performing her motherly duty and listening. I didn't realize until I got into finance that my mother had no clue about personal finance. Not only did my mother have no clue, but I organized a seminar with my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and the whole immediate family was financially illiterate. I determined then that before I would help anyone in the community, anyone in an office, that I would be committed to helping my family. I would give them the opportunity to be financially opportunity. I knew I wouldn't reach everyone, but thank God I reached some of them. I sometimes think about where my mom and my family would be if I wouldn't have been in this position, and it frightens me. Now, I share this with you not to expose my family's ignorance or my mother's ignorance. Lord only knows what she would say if she knew I was sharing this story with you to make a point. You know the saying goes, what goes on in this house stays in this house. So Lord only knows what she would say if she knew I was sharing this with you. But I share this with you to help you understand why after a session with me, your children may come home checking your financial acumen. For the past 5 years, I've been teaching youth programs, and before the end of the session, I always encourage my students to share the information they've learned with their parents. I tell them not to assume that you know, because I help adults every day learn these basic concepts. I also advise them to ask questions when they see financial behavior that goes against what they've learned. Now, before you disapprove of my instructions, I told them to ask questions, not to question you, and not to question what you're doing. There's a difference. I let them know that they shouldn't come home saying, where's my child support money? Why aren't you saving money? What are you doing? I caution them that the wrong approach on the wrong day at the wrong time might not be so good for them. Translation, they may get knocked upside the head. The first time I realized that I was never too old to get popped in the mouth was when I was a senior in high school, and I was talking to my mother with my boyfriend, and I said something, and she kindly reached over him and popped me in the lip. So I really realized that. So I really caution the teens that when they come home and they present this information to you, that they do it in the right manner. I tell the teens to share what they've learned and in hopes that you, the parents, take advantage of an opportunity to discuss the financial birds and bees and learn a lesson from your blessing.